Hey everybody, One of Wisdom here. We're back for part 2-3 of our Wii Fit Plus Training Plus playthrough. Last night we wrapped up the beginner course and the advanced course on island cycling. We're going to come in now, take on the island view course. 2.5 METs, Wii mode and balance board. Have 4 started. I really can't remember when I first got into chasing records, I was actually doing the island cycling, and it seems like I clipped it and then I went back and was hell-bent on the beginner and advanced. I actually spend most of my time with the advanced course. I mean it's been a long time since I've done just regular old the island view, but anyway, I don't know, my score on that's probably not up to par with where things have probably gotten to now. I probably should have checked, but I didn't. So anyway, step on the Wii balance board to pedal. This will help work your lower body. Go ahead and get started here. I had the board on and then some stuff came up and kind of everything went to sleep, so I was actually editing a Melty Molten video, if anyone cares. It actually gave me back pain, having to sit there for so many tries. It wasn't too many tries, maybe like 8. But it's there at the end, you have to do this jump onto a platform. And I mean, I kept nailing it, and then I'd jump again across an even shorter distance, and it wouldn't go. Finally figured it out, but you're watching Wii Fit, may or may not care about Mario Galaxy, so... We'll go ahead and get started again. Before I do, let me say I'm capable of 4-starring this, and at that, I'm capable of getting a very, very good score. I'm not going to do that. Again, I don't want to blow my routes. I'm sure once I kind of get going, I'll remember which way I went on this one. I'm not going to go exactly backwards of how I would go. But I'm just going to leisurely go through, maybe like last time, pop a few wheelies or jump through the bridge, random things like that. I would like to at least 4-star them, but at the same time, I mean, I don't want to get too close to my route, and just kind of like go out of the way twice or something. But anyway, it's not too big of a deal. One thing I always wished is that they would, like let you have access to the map, I'd understand on beginner, but I mean, I would like to see the map right now. As you can see, there's 27 checkpoints this time. I tend to always just, kind of check it out, pick the route. There's our token text message. I mean, it seems like if the phone, nobody's calling or texting, I start a playthrough, and that's when the phone starts going off, so... There for a while it wasn't happening. It was because I put it on silent, and it had gotten to be, I'd get like 6 or 7 in a row, and which I have checked, and you can hear it faintly in the background, so it's not it's not a big deal, but and again, use the 1 button because if you weren't paying attention, you could easily have stayed on that other path, and you would miss this checkpoint here, and then you would have to pedal around looking for it, and then you'd wind up with a horrible score. This one, I think, well, I mean, the name kind of gives it away, Island View Course, for those of you that lack, the ability to use your context clues. This essentially is a lap around the Woohoo Island. I mean, it's not verbatim like the run, but I mean you actually have to make the essentially go around the whole thing. Also of note, you saw that I was kind of zigzagging. It's probably already said it in the text. I don't ever really, when you've played this enough, you just don't pay attention. There's a dog up here that you can get. Well, there's supposed to be. There it comes. But where the heck is it? You gotta be kidding me. Must have gone down the dang hill. Well, oh well. Generally, I mean, if you're gonna go for a high score, get the dog. downhill is not an issue, but when you're actually trying to climb this one, whether you come in the way I did or up from through the tunnel, uh, you'll actually need to zigzag. I mean, even if you have a full head of steam, it's very hard to get up. But we'll hit this one with some speed, and I'll do a power slide just for the heck. I mean, like I said, you don't do that if you're going for a high score, but I'm not, so I will. you know. Also, no, when we get to the free ride, I'm pretty sure that's it. You actually get to go off down that way. If you were to angle there towards the beach, they have a beach ball tucked up in there. I think I really, I mean, as into this as I am, I don't really do the free ride one much. I'll probably do that more this winter, but you can actually hit out these windows. That's another one of the shortcuts. I think I've done it twice, and I just kind of didn't play that one. Main reason, I mean, I actually usually do multiple activities on here, and I mean, there's times I've spent like 20-30 minutes doing stuff, and I come in to do island cycling and soccer heading at the end, and I don't really feel like doing 30 minutes of island cycling. Not that I don't want to, it's just, you have to sleep at some point in life, or so I've been told, I don't really know. It kind of always bothered me on the run too. You always, anytime you follow the me, you have to go up here. I'm not sure what their infatuation is with putting a random ramp here. There's a dog here we can pick up. There's a, yeah. But later on we'll have to actually go up into the ruins too. Currently we don't. So, and again, asphalt grass. You don't have to stay on the asphalt. If you've been staying on Platinum, you can't really do it. But I mean, if you try to, you do travel a little quicker. It's not as much effort to pedal, but you can cut out a ton of distance. Just right here, for example, you stay on the asphalt, you lose distance, so you can just kind of cut it on the grass. And of course, if you use the dog, you're really set. So also, one of the beach balls a lot of people miss on the free ride, which I probably shouldn't even mention this here, but you actually head that direction. It's over there, which some people don't even care to pop the beach balls, but if you get into it and you get tired of, which you never really could get tired of exploring, that's what you do. So that was an unintentional wheelie. It happens. What was that? Basically 1.650 almost. This is kind of cool. This angle coming up through the windmills. Generally, when you run, you always come up the other way or just bypass them down here. And yes, you can survive that jump. A lot of times people say you can't, but you can. So, choices. Let's grab this one. And you can't just endlessly click with the dogs either. Like if say he wouldn't have gone, he would have stopped short of that. You actually do have to move forward. You can't just, I mean, there comes a point when the dog gets out of range of the bell and it doesn't respond to you, As you can see, number one, we're not having to zigzag, and number two, the pets save you a crap ton of distance, which of course is what we want, Oh, okay, I'm trying to, like I said, I'm not going my, max competition routes, but at the same time, I would kind of like to force. I know last time I didn't do it, but I mean, that's pretty obvious why. I mean, I spent half the time zigzagging a wheelie, through the tunnel. Sometimes, when you send the dogs off, they'll seem to have a great range, and sometimes they don't. I mean, there's really no rhyme or reason to it. No. I mean, like, for example, that was pretty awesome. Then there's times in town you try to send them half that distance and you get nowhere. So, you know, just keep that one in mind. We'll just go down here. And again, you know, I have to stress and mention this several times. I've really noticed from the mystery case file stuff, you know, a lot of times people ask questions they could answer, you know, if they'd, you know, just attempt, you know, put forth a little effort. You know, so that's why I keep incessantly mentioning that. I don't want someone to like skip through the video and, oh well, you know, he's really sucks at this, probably had a friend do the, you know, record runs for him or something. It's like I said, you know, I mean, I could do that, but then, you know, the whole world knows the route I go. I mean, I don't care if people can do the same or better that. I mean, I just want them to figure it out on their own, you know. I mean, and honestly, that's half of the fun, you know. The free ride course, yeah, I may wind up having to do that one twice, just because, I mean, number one, I mean, I want to get all 30 beach ball. I think it's 30. It's been so long, I'm not 100% on that. You know, sometimes the dogs will jump here, and sometimes they don't. Yeah, it's just one of those things. But anyway, like I was saying, the free ride I may have to do twice. One to get all the beach balls, which I'm pretty sure it's 30, and another time just to like show you all the cool crap you can do. Which, I mean, you get to take ramps and you can launch up on top of these buildings in town, and it just opens it up. You know, it's pretty neat. One thing when you start getting, you know, low on checkpoints, you know, you always want to make sure, like right now I've got 25, I need 2 more. You can see the 2 red flags in the corner. For some reason you just see 1, you know, that's a bad sign. You're going to have to go figure out where the heck you missed one. And in the event that, say, you could see one of them in this top corner and then another in the bottom corner by Old Ironsides, you kind of need to map out a route that you think will, you know, be the shortest distance. Which again would have been awesome if we had an odometer, which, I mean, we don't until you get to free ride, but you know, whatever. And this time, you know, which maybe I do these last, maybe I don't, but regardless, I kind of, you know, this time I wanted to, because this way I'll be able to show you how you can kind of jump to the finish line. You know what, on the first couple, I do the, what do you say, I mean, I like to ride through on the set path, mainly because that just integrates with the way I went. But on this one, you know, with the ramps over here, and you'd wonder, like, well, what's the freaking point of that? Well, maybe this will help. Which I'll probably miss it since I'm recording, but there you go. So instead of coming through the gate this way, like we just came out on, you can take the ramp. So 2.941. I honestly don't even remember what I was scoring on this when I was playing it a lot. There's kind of a glitch back there. That lady had fallen on our cutscene here, and she was actually just kind of pushed along. I don't know if anyone will notice that or not, but 2.941, shortcut champion, 4 stars. And now we'll click it. Sometimes it's cool to watch the cutscenes. I always wondered if, like, the intros aren't kind of like suggested routes or something. Let's see where that, oh yeah, so as you can see, 2 miles and 9/10 is way out of even 10th place for me. But again, like I said, I mean, I don't want to blow my route, but I do kind of want to at least 4-star it for people. So we know a 2.9 will get you 4 stars. My personal best is a 2.668, which is significantly better than a 2.941. But you know, but it only takes, I've rambled probably for 2-3 minutes. So, I mean, this is roughly 10 to 12 minutes. You know, if you miss a checkpoint, you're going to add time to it. But it's really a great exercise. I mean, we got 11 minutes here, so like I said, 10 to 12-ish, and then give or take some, 33 calories. I mean, do a basic run, you know, some yoga, a basic run, a couple of exercises, balance games, this. It makes for a pretty good routine, you know. You have a lot of fun, you don't get bored just working out, and you'll burn calories too. So I'll go ahead now and call that good. But, you know, again, for the final time as I end this playthrough, I did not take the route that I do to get the really good scores. I just casually went through the island, but with the idea in the back of my mind, I did kind of want to at least 4-star it for people. So, you know, please don't harp on me and say that's not anywhere close to 2.6 or, you know, whatever. I'm not going for that. Which, you know, I know I say it, but like I said, you kind of, one of the things I've learned is a lot of times people, you know, will ask or comment on a video, and you know, the answer is actually like in that video, and all you have to do is watch it or read the description, something to that effect. But anyway, really do like that route. Not quite as well as I like the advanced one. They added, what was advanced, 22 checkpoints. I think that one was 27. But I mean, it's a great exercise. You know, you can plan to spend, you know, if you're going fast, maybe 8 minutes. If you have trouble on your first time, maybe 20. But, you know, in general, you know, just call it 10 to 15, depending on how quick you go or if you miss a checkpoint. But great exercise, good time. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to ask here at the blog. And again, I'll get these up after I complete the next one, which I may do now. And if you have any other questions, you know, just post up. I'll do my best to help you out. And as always, thanks for watching.